Hi, everybody. This is Brink from the Robot Wizard, bringing you guys a follow-up to yesterday's lab sessions video where we showed you how to plug in Grandmaster Yoda and beat faster Revan and Malak teams. We're calling this Tenacious DR because that's funny. um, uh, also, the reason for this follow-up video is that with any counter team, I don't feel that it's complete until you have a full understanding of what makes the team work, why it's winning, the conditions that you need to meet for it to work, and also the limiting conditions, like what can stop the team. The players over at the Robot Wizard and I have been spending the last couple of days really putting this team through its paces. We're having a lot of players report that they're starting to have success against some of the best teams in the Shard. And also kind of cool, we're not doing too bad on defense. So I want to try and keep this as brief as possible, but consider this video a kind of tuning guide to how to make this team work, how to optimize it, and what the best working turn order that we have worked out so far is. And just a disclaimer, I'm not trying to say that this is the best way to run it. I'm not trying to say this is the best counter team. Obviously, this is not a free-to-play friendly team in that it uses Darth Revan. But if you're one of those folks like me who were able to unlock Darth Revan, but you don't have the same speed that other folks in your arena have, and you just can't get through those teams, I'm using this to climb reliably, and it's making arena a lot of fun again, as you'll see in the videos. So getting to kind of the theory and how to get this team set up to work. The Sith Empire team has a lot of things in their kits designed to put out a ton of damage, but it requires some debuffs to get put in place. So for instance, Bastila's Wild Lightning, if you hit somebody with Wild Lightning who has shock, it becomes a huge AoE. Similarly, with HK-47, the more debuffs that are on the opposing team, the more times Havoc hits them, increasing the damage. But there's this thing where Bastila Shan has Corrupted Battle Meditation, and if you have that, you can't apply any of those debuffs on the other team. So a great way to counter that is to use a character who's very fast to get out in front of their Bastila and put tenacity up on your team. And just the guy is Grandmaster Yoda. I'm pretty positive that anybody who has Darth Revan now, this is the first cycle of his unlock. If you have him now, I'm willing to bet that you also had Jedi Knight Revan in one of the first two releases, and you've got Grandmaster Yoda Gear 12, probably with some Gear 12 Plus pieces, so he's going to be ready to go, running at a high speed to plug in here. How you want to set the team up. It is okay to go second. In fact, I designed the team to go. My team, I just assume I'm going to go second. You don't want to make one character your absolute fastest. So we want Darth Revan to be the fastest character on our team, but that does not mean make him as fast as you can at the expense of Yoda's speed. You want to balance your speed mods so that they're both very fast, in fact, faster than the enemy Bastila. And you do want Darth Revan to be quicker. So if you're in the position where I am, I've got Yoda Gear 12 Plus. Darth Revan does not have the 12 Plus pieces. I do have him Gear 12. So I can put almost all of my best stuff on Revan and a second speed set, kind of like my B speed set on Yoda. I do have to play around with him a little bit to keep Yoda from outspeeding Revan right now, but I have them clocked pretty close, like just 2 or 3 speeds separating them, so their turn order is very tight. So again, make Darth Revan your fastest, and make Grandmaster Yoda go right behind him as the second fastest, but both of them need to be faster than the enemy Bastila. And again, I'll reiterate, it's okay if they're slower than the enemy Darth Revan. You can eat the insanity. I have it set up so that Darth Revan always skips his first turn because he's got fear. Beyond that, I am advising additional crit damage on Bastila. If you're swimming in speed sets, go ahead and use a speed set with a crit damage primary. I am not swimming in speed set, so I have a very fast crit damage set on her. She's running at 266 speed and seems to be working fine. Her damage is phenomenal. And then HK-47 you want to give your best offense sent to. If you're only playing mirror matches and this is the only battle that you're going to play using this team against Sith Empire, then you can go ahead and give him all offense primaries except for the speed arrow. If you still are going to be playing Revan teams, probably smart to just keep a crit damage triangle on them for those really fun 100k crits. Now, for the turn order, before I show some video, let me just try and keep this brief and go through it as quickly as I can. First turn, well, you're going second. You know, let's just assume the enemy's Darth Revan goes first. They use Insanity on your pre-taunter, and that's going to put fear on your tank and your Darth Revan. So Darth Revan should be clocked to be the second fastest character on the board. So he will take his turn second, which is a no turn, right? So he has fear, and his turn, he sheds the fear debuff and then gets no turn meter, and then it's going to be your Yoda's turn. You're going to use battle meditation here and give your whole team tenacity up. The other team can take some turns here. You have tenacity up, so you're in good shape. If you have everything set up right, you're still going to be able to get your important things done before their HK-47 goes. So when your Bastila takes a turn, you want to use fear on... Usually this is going to be their Sith Trooper, but this is something that you kind of need to play around with depending on the team that you face. And I will try to show this in a live match that I'll play when I finish talking. So usually if you're going up the standard Sith Empire team with Malak, I target Sith Trooper because when she applies fear, when fear expires, it's going to dispel his buff. So it'll dispel his taunt, dispel his defense up, and retribution if he has it. And then he has to climb back up through those passive buff gains in order to regain taunt. Now, when HK-47 and Grandmaster Yoda get their turn, you just want to use your basic attack on a good target. I suggest HK-47 if you can target him, because we want to get somebody down to below 50% health to trigger Death Mark. So, again, Grandmaster Yoda and HK-47, just stick to basics here and plug away at whoever you think you can get down to trigger Death Mark the soonest. When your Darth Revan gets his first real turn, use Force Storm. We want this to apply shock to everybody. This is maybe the biggest RNG element, and I'm sorry, but if you don't apply shock to the whole team and Sith Trooper gains taunt, Sith Trooper seems to be the most likely to resist shock in my testing, and if his taunt comes back up and he doesn't have shock, then things get a little rocky. But let's assume that you land shock on everybody, which normally happens. Sometimes Bastila will get a resist, but that's not important. Bastila will then get her turn, and you want to use Wild Lightning on an enemy who has shock. So ideally, this is going to be HK-47. HK doesn't really have any loaded tenacity, and if the enemy Sith Trooper hasn't put his taunt back up, go for him. You could very well land a kill shot depending on how much damage Bastila has on her. The key thing, though, is that using Wild Lightning on an enemy with shock turns Wild Lightning into a big AoE. So this is going to do damage to the whole team if it goes right. Now, if you've been able to target HK-47 with Wild Lightning, I mean, money. It's a good bet that you're getting him below 50% health if you don't kill him, and Deathmark is going to go up on Darth Revan. Now, if you have your HK-47 quick enough, he's going to get a turn right before the enemy Darth Revan gets a turn, and in that instance, with Deathmark up, Havoc is going to become pretty much an instant kill. Havoc hits at least twice, and it hits an additional time for every debuff that a character has. It's a lot of fun if you can get this turn order to work right. So let's go to some matches that I've had pre-recorded. I don't have the mods edited into the video, but these are all teams where the Darth Revan and the Bastila were faster than me. I just wanted to give you guys a good real world example. So here you see I eat Insanity, and I put Fear on Sith Trooper. We're going to use the basic on it to pop his buffs. Now Malik is taunting. That's okay. We'll just do a basic on him. I'm resisting the shock from Force Storm. We're just doing an attack with Yoda because whatever. Now we're going to use Force Storm with our Darth Revan. And we've got shock spread pretty well all over the team. And in this case, we've already got Deathmark up on Darth Revan, so I'm just going to attack him with Wild Lightning. Boom, big kill shot. And then we can just clean up this team. Quick battle, really quick battle. All right, here, this is our buddy Sin. He's awesome. He also has one of the best teams in the Shard, probably the best team in the Shard. And I can tell you, his Darth Revan is 333 speed in this video. So again, despite the turn order, things go the way I want them to. I apply Fear on Sith Trooper, pop the taunt. I'm just going to whittle away at HK-47 with some basic attacks. All right, and we're going to use Force Storm, and we've landed shock on everybody. Sith Trooper regained his taunt, but he had shock, so it turned into an AoE. It procs Deathmark, and let's see what Havoc does. It kills everybody. I love that. I love that. All right, one more against Too Little. So again, they go first. They put Insanity. It skips my Darth Revan, and that's A-okay. We're going to put Fear, which was resisted. So in this case, that wasn't too good. So we're stuck on Sith Trooper. So we're going to rely on landing shock when our Darth Revan gets a turn. And that's going to be really important here. If we don't land shock, we're in trouble. But we get it. Boom. I mean, this is I've been having a lot of fun testing this because you set the team up to exploit the kit design that's built into Bastila and HK-47 to get those huge damage numbers that you usually can't when you're just playing a typical mirror match, because at some point, especially if you're the slower team, you're just going to get corrupted battle meditation, and you can't apply shock on people, and then Wild Lightning just becomes whatever attack that does special damage. And without a bunch of debuffs, Havoc doesn't do nearly as much damage. So to wrap up, I'm going to gamble a little bit and play live for you guys against a non-standard comp, against a comp that I haven't really tested against, just to really put it through its legs. So I'm going to hit Sidus here. He's way faster than me with a 321 Revan. Let's see what his Bastila is. 275. Mine is 266. HK 195. Okay, that's a little good for us. We're outspeeding that. And Thrawn. This is tricky. So Thrawn's at 309. I will maybe be... I have to think about this. So their Thrawn is faster than my Revan. I'm at 303 and 300? 301. Okay. And I might as well just show you guys the rest of my speeds. There's the 266, but 222% crit damage. And my HK, speedy 225 with 3,700 damage. I really want to put that 12 plus piece on him. And Sith Trooper is right now whatever. I think that there's I'd like to do a little work to see if there's anything that I can do to optimize him. But let's see what happens when Fast Fracture is on the field. Oh, he's going to swap. Okay. So this is a little different. Let's see if I can survive this. So we'll go Tenacity up. All right, I got some resists there. Let's do, well, I want to do Fear, and we'll do a basic attack. Ooh, I got lucky and put Fear on Thrawn there. That was lucky. Okay. Now we'll just continue to whittle down on Sith Trooper because we're stuck. Okay, so I'm still clean. I don't have Corrupted Battle Meditation. I was saved there due to Tenacity up, so I really need to apply. I'm just going to go for the shock. I really need for this to apply shock to Sith Trooper. We got it. Ooh, it's getting a little tight. All right, I'm going to slow this down because we get to attack somebody with shock with Wild Lightning. Oof. I love that. I love that. Here we go. Everybody's going to die. You guys, this is working. I love this. This is working really well. This is not a perfect team. There's a bit of RNG with landing shock and Sith Trooper's taunt. And it is possible that a team could have just so much speed on the other side, like every character could go fast, that they just overwhelm you. And if that's the case, then it's kind of like, okay, good job. I got to go around that one team. But, you know, this is a viable team. If you have Darth Revan, this is still on the first unlock phase. I'm willing to bet you have Yoda geared up, ready to go. He's such a good character. It's not a waste to throw good mods on him. Yeah, I know that most people have him modded a little bit differently than 300 speed if you're using him under Jedi Knight Revan for Territory Wars or Grand Arena. But as Darth Revan is the new meta, I think it's realistic to expect to pull one character off that team. You know, maybe you can replace him with Ezra or another attacker. But yeah, this is working, and I will also let you guys know that it's doing okay on defense. I've had a couple people message me saying that they lost, and so I think people have to make some adjustments in how they attack this team. And although I don't have the raw file to show the video, on defense, Yoda puts Tenacity up first. He doesn't do his AoE. So you can kind of set this team up and forget about it. If you're somebody like me who has Darth Revan unlocked, but you know, you're at a speed disadvantage, go ahead and run this. It's a blast. It's so much fun to use. You get a ton of offense. It's very similar to the old CLS counter to Jedi Knight Revan, where you have to do the right attack. You have to get the team set up right, get the attack order right. You need there's like 1 or 2 debuffs that you need to have stick, and you're good. So that's all for today. Please subscribe to the channel if you'd like to receive more content. We typically post videos daily of arena test battles. They won't be narrated or edited or anything. We try stuff out and try and put enough information about what we're doing in the title and description. And we try and do a weekly podcast. And we will be doing these topical videos as we discover cool stuff that we think is worthy enough to share with the whole community. Please join our Discord channel if you would like to join in the theory crafting fun. If you play the game like we do, you enjoy the game, and you like tweaking things, come hang out with us. I'm sure you'll love it. Thanks for watching.